Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. As we are week 2 of the Continental Classic. As you see right here, a couple of Continental Classic matches in the Gold League. Mark Briscoe taking on Roosh. Roosh and Mark Briscoe go one-on-one, as well as John Moxley goes against Jay Lethal, and Daniel Bryan will be the special guest commentator for all 3 matches, including Jay White versus Swerve Strickland. This is really important. Who's going to be getting some points throughout the Continental Classic? And also to Christian, the Patriot, responds to the Radar superstar Adam Copeland and their upcoming TNT Championship match coming up next week. We'll get that coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, we got a lot of births to announce, especially on the AEW side. Sammy Guevara and his lovely wife, Ty Conti, give birth to their daughter, Luna, today. And Alexa Bliss from the WWE side of things giving birth as well to her daughter with Ryan Cabrera. So, we're going to kick the Pro Wrestling Show with the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. It starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Diggs here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe means tell. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing to be notified. Here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a night it was. How could AEW get through from the CM Punk, who's officially back in WWE? I can't even believe it. Hell has frozen over again. But we're here. We're gonna get things started. How can they recover and recoup from losing CM Punk? Well, they did so tonight, as we told you yesterday on the NXT Ring Report. Daniel Bryan started the show with an eye patch, and many people believe Daniel Bryan was leading the crusade to have CM Punk to be let go and be fired. I would think that was a grave mistake on Bryan's part. They said that Bryan was the moral compass of AEW. I don't know what the hell that means, moral compass. I guess that means, if you know right from wrong. I would have thought Daniel Bryan would have had worked it out with CM Punk or something, but I guess things just don't change. But Daniel Bryan looking to do some scouting himself, and since he took over CM Punk's show and he's running Collision, Daniel Bryan will be in action this Saturday for the Continental Classic in the Blue League. He'll take on current Ring of Honor champion Eddie Kingston and New Strong champion in a Continental Classic match as well. So everything is coming to fruition. But Bryan was out there to scope out matches that he believes going to be making some dividends and stuff. Bryan watching his boy, what his boy name? John Moxley. John Moxley was in action as well. John Moxley, we can get see right quick. John Moxley. This is what Daniel Bryan had was doing, scoping his competition out. We're gonna try to get you some pictures right quick if we can get the director to post some pictures. Because the director we got no pictures. So that's fine. We'll go with that. Daniel Bryan was there. John Moxley gets the win over Jay Lethal. John Moxley took it to Jay Lethal tonight. John Moxley earns himself some points. John Moxley on the road winning. John Moxley is winning all right. John Moxley earned himself at least 6 points. He choked out Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal really didn't have much chance whatsoever. Jay Lethal tried to put on a fight. Jay Lethal got caught up in hole. It's like every Ring of Honor champion can't even get a break. Can't get something. But this is a round robin tournament. And we told you this is the rules of the Continental Classic right here. Here are the rules of the Continental Classic right here. Moxley won The rules are a 20-minute time limit, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Everyone is banned from ringside. So everyone who's associated with a group member or someone, a teammate, they are banned from ringside. Um, like we said, Moxley got the win with the trope to get the win for his team. Well, I guess Daniel Bryan's considered his teammate, but Daniel Bryan was on commentary watching this match on through. So Daniel Bryan couldn't watch, but he was scouting. So who knows what could be next throughout the match and stuff. But speaking of that, history will be made as Nature Boy Ric Flair, Sting, and Tony Schiavone, all WCW legends in a way. They all made a huge announcement that I kind of figured it was going to do to that. Well, Tony Schiavone revealed the location for Sting's retirement. And you won't believe Sting and Nature Boy Ric Flair has a history in this building. A history indeed in this building right here. The Greensboro Coliseum, where the first Starcade from 1983 was emanated right here. We know now that Starcade Revolution will be held in the Greensboro Coliseum for Sting's farewell match, and what a farewell tribute it will be. We just don't know who Sting will go against. We know, I hope it ain't Ric Flair, but Ric Flair wants to go in and give a moment. Ric Flair will be in Sting's corner at that night. Who can forget the night when Sting and Ric Flair fought each other for the NWA World Title? Sting put up a classic throughout that match, lasting a long time with Ric Flair throughout made 20 minutes, but Ric Flair normally known as a 60-minute man. Sting made Ric Flair made Sting that night. And I think that they're gonna do the same coming up, but we can tell you history will be made, and what a history it will be coming forward to that. Also too, in another match, Roosh went against Jay Briscoe. Roosh went against Jay Briscoe in the Continental Classic. Roosh gets his win, gets his victory over Jay Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, I meant to say. Sorry, Jay. Mark Briscoe, Roosh advances, getting him 3 points. Roosh trying to get himself back to not being so stale, get himself back in momentum. Roosh won his match tonight. Roosh trying to get himself something tonight, and Roosh did that tonight. Also, too, MJF continues on want to know who continues on playing mind games with MJF. MJF wants to know who's the culprit. MJF needs to know who is trying to send these subliminal messages right here. This is a subliminal message right here that MJF received right here that he did not like one bit right here. We'll show you that MJF looking at Samoa Joe. This is right here. MJF got ganged attack, and the subliminal message was this: next week, MJF and Samoa Joe, will you face the unknown in a tag team match? Are you a hero match? I think it's too many personal mind games going on. MJF trying to figure out and put the clues together point by point to see who is messing with him and who is he better watch his back. I think MJF is doing that with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe and MJF will meet at World's End for the AEW title, but MJF needs to really, really focus if he wants to make it out of this tag team match with Joe and to make it out by the end of the year with the belt. MJF trying to figure out and point the clues at one by one, but they're not following up. So MJF gonna have to really do some digging, do some real digging. You know what I mean, digging. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Plus, too, we'll say this: Julia Hart went against Emma Sakura. Julia Hart defended her TBS championship in the House Rules match. I don't know what that means, but she did. Julia Hart getting the win over Emma Sakura with a moonsault. Julia Hart gonna be doing like an open challenge or something like that, and Julia Hart did so tonight. And tonight was no different, but it was kind of laid, but that's how it was. Speaking of more women's matches, women's segments, the women's world champion Timeless Tony Storm. It's like she's having nausea, a headache. Timeless Tony Storm getting herself together. We don't know, but her gimmick is over, but she feels a little bit bloated, so we don't know what's going on with time. There's Tony Storm, Mariah Ray looking at the women's title belt, but everyone's trying to pinpoint and figure out what is next. What's next for Timeless Tony Storm? Can Tony Storm get out for click? We just don't know how they ever going to go. Also, too, the mighty Warlow was in action. Warlow was in action tonight. Warlow took down AR Fox, who put up a fight, but it wasn't enough. Warlow took AR Fox to the limit. AR Fox tried to use some offensive moves, but it wasn't enough. Warlow with the power bomb and seat down, power bomb on 1, 2, 3. Warlow wins his match, and then Warlow could be one of those masked men. He's looking like he got a massive back. Warlow, not saying that he just destroys, but said that Max is going to get his. So everything will be revealed probably at World's End, and whoever this corporate is, whoever this person is, this mystery person, we need to figure out who this is coming forward. Speaking of that, we told you right down the bottom, the Hardy Boys taking on and their protege got his name. They went against Top Flight and Andre the Jetty. It was an upset right here. The Hardy Boys lost, but the Hardy Boys didn't eat the fall. The boy, their protege did. He took the fall. The Hardy Boys kind of going lackluster a little bit. I don't know why. The Hardy Boys didn't win their match tonight. You got to wonder what's next for the Hardy Boys. They ought to be going for the tag team titles rather than playing around trios match. But there's here nor there. So. But those same boys look like they're getting an answer from the Lucha Brothers. The Lucha Brothers want to know, and Commander want to know, is they game and can they go down in their 6-man? We'll just wait and see how that's going to go sooner rather than later between these six trios. Do a 6-man match or something. So who knows? When you got two 6-man titles from AEW and Ring of Honor, it's kind of like you need it unified. To me, you should unify with the AEW title, but here nor there. If I was running to come out unify, but that's me. Well, we get to the patriarch, the father of all fathers, Christian Cage, had a message to Adam Copeland to address. He responded to Adam Copeland in their upcoming time match coming up. Christian said that he's going to make an example of his former best friend. He's going to do what he needs to do. And Christian making that point clear. And Christian has made that point clear. Christian wants to be the longest reigning TNT champion with Luchasaurus around his corner, his back. It's like his weapon of mass destruction. When you think about it, Christian playing to the heel like that to a T. Well, Edge came out there, Adam Copeland came out there and made it known that he told Christian, he kicked Christian in the nuts. Christian held him tight, and then Christian didn't know what to think about it. And Edge told Christian to go and you know what to himself. And I think this is real personal. We're going to see this match next week on free TV on Dynamite. We'll see that next week. I think they should have just kind of screened it along, stretched it along a little bit to the pay-per-view for World's End. It would have made more sense to me having that pay-per-view rather than trying to waste it on free TV or something like that. You can kind of stretch it a little bit, but they just don't want to stretch it. They want to beat WWE because of what happened with the CM Punk situation. The only man I can think of is to blame is this man right here, Daniel Bryan, for what he did. Daniel Bryan, I can't, man. He see what every time when CM Punk about to do something, that was like 10 years ago at WrestleMania. When CM Punk got was supposed to be in a WrestleMania match, Daniel Bryan took over and main event WrestleMania. But you know how that go, you know how that be. Hey. Well, we talk about the main event. The main event of the night was Swerve Strickland taking on Jay White. Both men had something to prove tonight. We know that Swerve want to put himself on the on notice in AEW. Swerve did do that tonight. Swerve won his match tonight. Swerve it was almost close to a draw and stuff. But Swerve found a way. Swerve did what he needed to do. Swerve, Pent, Christian, Pent on Adam Cole, but a quick finish, and Swerve earns himself 6 points. So we know now this is the leaderboard right here for the Continental Classic. For the standings and the rankings right now, this is the round robin tournament right here. Swerve gets 6 points. John Moxley gets 6 points. They're in the lead. Roosh at 3, and Jay White at 3. Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe back down to 2. Maybe they had to fight each other to get points or something going on. But Swerve may be next potential, maybe the next AEW champion if he keeps up doing what he needs to do. It didn't say what the winner gets in the gold league and the blue league. I think sometimes too it's like a round robin style. But like we said, we're gonna be keeping an eye on this. I think AEW is trying to attempt from getting away from CM Punk. I think, who knows, but you know how that be going forward. But Swerve won his match tonight over um Jay White in a close fall but finished match. So it was a good close match. So that ends the AEW Ring Report. We're gonna move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics right here, we're gonna be announcing this right here. We got two births in wrestling right now coming up that happened today. Well, we're gonna start with WWE to get that WWE out of the way. WWE former WWE Women's Champion and Tag Champion Alexa Bliss, who hasn't been seen in the ring since Royal Rumble of this year. Alexa Bliss gave birth to a baby girl, so Alexa Bliss is now a mother. So congratulations to Alexa Bliss on welcoming a baby girl. Congratulations, her and her husband, musician Ryan Cabrera. Congratulations to them. Speaking of that as well, AEW stars Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara are now new parents to a baby girl. So Sammy and Ty Conti give birth to a baby. Congratulations to them on their, parenthood and stuff. Congratulations to them. Also, too, we know that coming up on Saturday on Collision, Daniel Bryanson takes on Eddie Kingston. We're looking forward to seeing that match, a pure classic between these two brawlers. We'll see that as well. Speaking of that, another match that's full of brawlers and high flyers. Daniel Garcia looking something to prove against Andrade coming up. Daniel Garcia versus Andrade. And Claudio Cesaro looking to in the ring with Bro Lee. There's going to be a match right there I'm going to see. Big, rough, tough. It's going to be in your face, rugged action. We're going to see that this Saturday, those three matches as well coming up. Also, too, we've been hearing rumors and reports that at Royal Rumble, it could be this. Randy Orton going against Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. Randy Orton said he got some scores to settle with the Bloodline. Randy Orton could settle those scores at Royal Rumble against Roman Reigns coming up. And two, we could also see this at Royal Rumble. Former Royal Rumble winner of last year, Cody Rhodes taking on Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one at the Royal Rumble. So we could be seeing that match as well. Cody versus Nakamura at the Rumble. Since Cody Cody is a former AEW superstar and founding member of AEW. So how that went down tonight. Also, too, we've been hearing reports too that Sasha Banks, Mercedes Rodriguez is getting back in training. She needs to come back to WWE. There's no question about that. But who knows what she's going to be doing coming up? But however that's going to go, but she's getting back in training mode again. Plus, too, we're hearing reports right here. Dynamite actually beat SmackDown viewership and ratings last week. But they're saying TBS and Fox Sports 1 are roughly the same number of homes. So really, they wasn't really, Fox really didn't carry SmackDown this week due to they had a football game or something. So I guess that was kind of the issue. But, how that go and how that be. That went down tonight. So how that went down. This is the demo right here that they saying Randy Orton drew more than CM Punk. So a lot going on. That's what the WrestleNomics numbers were. see that coming forward and stuff. Plus, we told you too, Cody Rhodes is the first entrant and first participant in the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes, can he do the distance and win it twice, back to back? The only time we'll tell on that if Cody Rhodes can do it. He needs to do it at number 1, but hey, who knows what that's going to be. All right, we're going to end there with Wrestling Hot Topics. We're going to end there with Swerve Strickland winning his second match in the Continental Classic, earning him 6 points. And Swerve continued his momentum into something for the rewards in the end. Who knows? We just have to wait and see. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show present the Dynamite Ring Report. The AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We'll see you this Friday for the SmackDown Ring Report. I've been your host, Kid Diggs, saying so long and thanks for watching the Pro Wrestling Show.